Hey everybody, this is Liz. I wanted to make a quick video because I've had a lot of people asking me about needlepoint lately. So I wanted to just show you quickly the difference between needlepoint and cross stitch. Now, I'm sure most of you watching this would be familiar with cross stitch, so I'm not going to explain what that's like. This is a needlepoint that I received in a kit, and it came just like a cross stitch would with everything that you need to do it. I've got this on a scroll frame, but that's not necessary. You can also work them in hand. You can see that this is on a open mesh, and they have colors printed along the side, which are the same colors that are printed on the canvas. And you are meant to match the color of the fabric or of the thread that you're using with that color. But as you can see, when you get into this, some of these you're like, is that 3 shades of green? Is that 4 shades of green? Like, it can get very difficult to tell them apart. So they also have a color key that shows you, this one has symbols. A lot of times it's just numbers. And then they have what looks like cross stitch to all of us, a grid pattern that shows you what color goes in each spot. Generally in these, they'll tell you to work on the back side where it's not printed if you're going to use this, because the printing can be a little cockeyed. So this is not always what comes. With the piece that I was working on last week, it was a much different type of pattern that they gave. Let me get that together for you. It looks like this, where it's more kind of showing you the area and the color, and this gives you a number. It also gives you a color key. It tells you this number is this color. So very similar, but different. Different enough that I know it makes some people a little bit scared of it. This particular one I've worked completely in basket weave or tent stitch, which is just a different name for half cross stitch, tent stitch. They're just half crosses. You can do these in full crosses if you want, although you would have to worry about losing yarn. This is done in a thick yarn, but you can also use floss for it. So you have a lot of options on how you tackle these. People who are a little bit more advanced will do something more like this. So this is a needlepoint. This was just a painted canvas. It came with no instructions, and that happens quite a bit too. And I just picked out floss. This is all DMC floss and DMC gold floss around that one border. And I picked out my own colors to match what was painted on the canvas. And then I did some specialty stitches. You can see that this is not all half cross. That's just, you just take that out of your own creativity. So that's just a little bit about needlepoint versus cross stitch. I really encourage all of you to try it out if you're interested. It's not as scary as I thought it was when I started. And you know what, just like with your cross stitch pieces, every piece you make is your own piece. It's whatever you want it to be. You don't have to follow in the instructions. You can do whatever you want. And even if you think it's turning out kind of weird, sometimes at the end, it ends up looking beautiful.